Yeah, I've been wanting to make this video for a while. This seems to be increasing daily, especially with social media when that, blew up. YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all this stuff. You see the what people do just to get a hit of attention, like the stuff, like they're willing. Well, some do die, but they're willing to do things that can either kill them or get them in trouble or arrested or just have dire consequences in the name of, like, can somebody recognize I'm on this planet, please? There's so many forms that takes. There's so many, from the guys trying to be the hardest and jacked up and in whatever way that expresses in their videos. Look how hard I am. Look how cool I am. From the girls, like, wearing this risque clothing to try to get attention. If you're I forgot the name. My friend sent it to me a while ago. Just some young girl. She wears lingerie. She makes a salad in the kitchen and just talks nonsense. She's got like 1 million subscribers, hundreds of thousands of views. Does nothing. It probably feels good, but at some point, your higher self is going to be like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Do I want this kind of attention? Like, this is like stupid. This just makes me more stupid. It makes me more addicted to doing stupid things the more attention I get. At some point, that realization will pop off. But it's sad, man. It's sad how desperate people are just to be heard and seen. They're just please, will you look at me? If they could articulate what's behind their motives and actions for doing things, that's what they'd be saying. Please look at me. Just I went to this convention, and it was a speaking convention. My friend took me. Man, they were all dressed just G'd up. Now, there's one thing, you want to look good. That's okay. I think I look good too. My t-shirt's white and my shorts are clean. Oh, that's the other thing. That's what I wore there. It's funny. It never even crossed. Worse than that, I forgot my other pair of shorts to bring with me because I was gonna, wear a different pair of shorts the next day. I forgot, so I wore the same thing for 3 days. I didn't like, whatever, man. But man, you see the people there, like the guys, like, got the gold and the silver, and I don't know what you call it, just G'd up. And girls, same thing, got their hair all dyed and got, earrings everywhere and jewelry, and I'm like, Jesus, man, how much work that is. I know because I was in Hollywood. When I was an actor, I went through that stage. I'd hire personal image consultants, shoppers to go with me and just try to teach me how to get G'd up. Because I didn't know how. I liked wearing white t-shirts and shorts. They're like, no, I can't do that, man. You got to get G'd up because you're like an actor and you got to impress the agent and the manager. I thought, oh, yeah, okay. Well, how do you get G'd up? Okay, here, give me $100. I'll show you. Okay, cool. And we bought all these clothes. I bought a $400 pair of jeans once that had rips and stuff in them. I ended up just giving them to the Salvation Army some years later. I didn't want to wear them. I'd get all these clothes. I didn't want to wear them because I felt stupid. I'd look in the mirror. That's a whole nother obsession. I have that chapter in my book. But I was living in a studio apartment and put a mirror that covered the whole wall. The image consultant came over once. She's like, I couldn't live here. I'm like, why? How? Like, you just see yourself everywhere. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. I was obsessed, trying to figure it out. Because I never liked that stuff. I don't have the energy to wear it. You have to be at a certain level of consciousness to enjoy doing that, like to wear that. I never had it. Even in my 20s, I didn't have it. I wanted to. That was the whole thing. But I didn't have it. I wanted to go outside and just be popping. That's what everybody's wanting to do. Every girl at the damn gym wears these tight clothes. Everyone. I'm talking about everyone. I gotta show everything, I'm like, everyone though. Like, why do I want to see your butt? Do you know what comes out of that? I mean, I do. Like, I don't care about it. There's not one girl there that wears just some, I don't feel like standing up, just some normal shorts, just little baggy so you're comfortable. No, they're all like flaunting. Then they get mad when the guys look at them. Don't look at me like that. The society's confused, man. It's this is a sick society that we're living in, and so those of you who are waking up, of course you're gonna feel like a little bit like out of sorts and weird and isolated. Like, what do you mean? Because you start to feel good, you start to get more balanced, you want to share that with others, and they don't want to hear that. They want to stay in their sickness because that's the stage that they're in. That's all right. We're not here so long. You and God have to be a majority. That's what needs to happen. And then also in that process, the universe might send you a person or two that you can relate with. And you're way ahead if that happens. When that happens, not if that happens, it will happen. All right, let me look at my list. Yeah, people are so self-obsessed with their own little world, like they don't care about anybody. They can't. They just can't. How can you have any feeling for somebody else if you're totally self-obsessed with your own self? You know what's sad? I was telling the brother this when we were coming back from the convention. We just talked, man, just deep, fun, high-level talk. Yeah, what else is there? So I was telling him, though, I don't know, 23. My grandma died. No, well, she did, but this particular example was my grandpa. And they were having a funeral for him. At that time, I was driving I don't remember, but I had the badass stereo. Boom, boom, yeah, right? I roll up to the funeral with the bass booming. You know why? My mind told me they'd think I was cool. They would look and be like, yeah. I mean, it's a funeral, man. Not just any funeral. It's like my grandfather's funeral. We were talking, me and the brother, about this insanity. The insanity that some of us experience. So most of the world is experiencing, maybe not to that level, but they're experiencing deep confusion like that. You have the people that make videos, like the creators don't, for the most part, care about their audience. They just want clicks, they want views. I mean, just look at how they structure the titles. The more drastic the title is, the more, it seems, the more hits they get. That just shows you the level of consciousness of the people. I've never been attracted if some title, like, get awakened right now, or something. It's just, I already know what the video is just silly. But this shows the mainstream mentality out there. They just go for it. Oh, wow, yeah. So the creators, they just want hits. And then the people that are watching the creators, they also don't care about the creators. A lot of them. I know you guys care about me. I care about you, for sure. I wouldn't be making these videos, man, if there wasn't some kind of connection in the heart. Like, that's impossible. Might as well go back and sell cars, I'm not trying to get attention. I like to be a fly on the wall. I'd say I get a YouTube sighting about once a month. I had one at the convention. I could just tell. He was looking at me. I'm like, okay, I think he knows me from maybe some videos. So the audience that are watching the creators, generally, they just tell me what I want to know. That's it. Tell me what I want to know and do it free. Answer all my questions. I answer in the comments for free. Maybe do a little private session for free. Do everything free. And the creator wants everybody pay. You pay. $10 a question. So there's a deep selfishness that permeates the whole world. I mean, you guys know. Just look at your job or wherever your situation is. Everybody's obsessed, like they want like to get mine. I want to get mine. It's about survival. If you can help me do that, okay, I'll give you a little attention. So the topic, though, we're talking about being seen and heard, because there's no awareness of their own inner self or stability. If there's no awareness of that, then you're by default, you're going to be like a vampire wanting energy from others because you're suffering. You're like unconscious, you're like cut, you feel as though you're cut off from the source. You don't know that that's the existential reason that you're suffering, but that's what it is. You're like, you don't feel, so you're not getting the cosmic energy or the spiritual recognition side, so you're going to be hungry outside for people to validate you and give you attention, and you can go to very extreme lengths to get that, and you become very, very selfish and self-centered in the process. This is the sickness in the collective world today. All right, see, video's getting long. It's almost 11 minutes. Did I hit on everything? Oh yeah. I had a friend, she told me, she said, yeah, I said hi. Oh no, she was sitting here, somebody came by and said, hi, how are you? And as she looked to give a response, the girl was already like 15 feet away. Don't care how you are. It's just formality, social graces. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I thought that was funny. Oh, the hospitals and the criminal systems. Oh, I'm going to share a good one, though. No, I'm going to share that now because it's a good one. We were doing plant medicine once, San Pedro cactus, my girlfriend and I, several years ago. The medicine can give you some pretty, especially if you're already sensitive by nature, medicine can give you access to some things, you know. And I remember she looked at me and she said, how do you live with that pain you have in your neck? She somehow felt what I was feeling. Man, that almost like broke me down. That hit me right in the solar plexus. Why? Because I was seen on a deep level. Some of you know who have chronic situations, hidden chronic pains, the worst. Nobody knows it. They think you're just lying. They're just like you're exaggerating. Then to have somebody see that and feel it and then have compassion and empathy for you, that's medicine. That's medicine. Of course, after the medicine wore off, she didn't, that that empathy and compassion wasn't there anymore. I remember I was struggling, man, once, and she just wanted to have sex. Like, she was just thinking about that. She just wanted to have sex. And I'm like, I need to, like, I'm having a hard time, all right, with this. There's some, it's challenging. This body's it's a little challenging. I'm like that's where I'm at in the moment. I'm not thinking about sex right now. It's not personal. It has nothing to do with you. But like, this is where I'm at. Actually, it's I love you enough to even be honest and tell you that. It's a vulnerable thing. Like, of course, I would like to have sex and please you on some level and have this communion. Like, but I can't because I'm having trouble. It was sad. As I was speaking that truth, I was feeling sad. You know what she did? She went home. She didn't care. She wanted to have sex. That was her expectation. I said, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. But it felt real good when she had that insight. I got to thank San Pedro, I think, more than her. This is the power when somebody sees you and hears you. There's no higher gift you can give somebody. That's the highest gift. To really see, I mean, money, okay, but that's like, I've seen people in my own self growing up, if people give you money or if I gave others money, yeah, they're happy in the moment, but then it's like they forget about that. It just doesn't go deep. But when somebody saves your life somehow or really sees and hears you, like my mentor did when I was a teenager, man, that never goes away. That bond never goes away. When he left the body, man, that was the first time I really experienced the grief of death. Yeah, this is the most precious thing you can give somebody. So lastly, hospitals and medical institutions and jails. Do they call jails rehabilitation? You think the people there care about anybody? I have a friend who's a nurse in New York in a psychiatric ward. Man, the nurses there, for the most part, they're so sick of these patients. If they could kill them, they probably would, if they could get away with it. The no compassion or empathy, because they're cut off again from their own source, from their source inside, so they're already unstable, and then to be around unstable people all day, yeah, that's rough, man. That's challenging. But she's I used to ask her, why are you there? And she straightened me out without knowing it. She said, well, or maybe she didn't say this, but it was clear. God put her there. God always puts a little light, even in the darkest places, you know. And here's my point. I've noticed this happened to me before. There would be some drunk person, irate person, or mentally disturbed person, right? And they're acting crazy. And they're like, anybody that they talk to is just gonna fault them somehow, rather verbally or non-verbally. Basically, anybody, everybody's like, you know, get away from me, stop acting stupid, and I can't remember a specific example, but it's happened. I don't want to. It would take me a bit to think about it, and I don't want to waste time thinking. So, I would say something like, I'm like, yeah, you're right, man. Oh yeah, because they'd be bitching about like how people are and the world, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, like I know. You're preaching to the choir. Man, their whole energy would change. They're looking for a fight. They're going up to everybody. It's like that movie, that line in Scarface. Remember, he's sitting at the dinner table and he has a fight with Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, that was Pacino's hardcore. So then she leaves the table, and all the little looky-loos are looking. Yeah, that's what people do. They like to look at other people. And Pacino's like, "Who are you looking at?" And then he said, "Oh, you're all a bunch of assholes." He says, "What do you think? You're better than me?" He says, "You're not better than me. You just know how to hide." Like Oliver Stone's good. He wrote it. No, Francis Coppola. That's what the mentally disturbed patients were feeling. Somewhere they know, he knows or she knows that these people that are, you know, looking down on him or her, he knows like they're not better than him. They're just faking it. They're faking it. They have the same mental problems on some level. They're just good at hiding it. You see, so the mental patient is like upset. And then they meet somebody who says, yeah, man, you're right. Like they are crazy. They are crazy. They're faking it. And the mental patient changed. He's not mental anymore because he was seen and heard. Yeah, this is the highest healing therapy. All right, I'm getting super hot, so I'm out. I'll see you guys.